If you overstayed your visa, don't panic. But don't leave the US until you understand this. Because in many cases, leaving the US after a visa overstay can actually trigger a multi-year bar from returning. If you've overstayed your visa in the US, you're not alone. And more importantly, staying doesn't automatically mean that you're disqualified from getting a green card. Hi, I'm Shariq, the South Asian attorney. I'm licensed to practice law in the US, and I help people worldwide with US immigration law. First, let's define what visa overstay actually means. You overstay when you remain in the US beyond the date you were authorized to stay. This date usually shows on your I-94 record. Once that period expires, you're considered out of status. Now, here's the key point. Certain visa overstays are forgiven under US immigration law. The most important exception applies to immediate relatives of US citizens. Immediate relatives include spouses of US citizens, unmarried children of US citizens who are under 21, and parents of US citizens. If you entered the US lawfully, even on a tourist visa, and later overstayed, you may still be eligible to apply for a green card. But you're going to have to be inside the US, and the process is called adjustment of status. In these cases, US immigration law forgives visa overstays. So this means that someone who overstayed for months or even years may still be eligible to get a green card. Alright, so one thing to know is that this forgiveness is not universal. If you're applying through an employment-based green card, a sibling petition, a married child over 21, or most other family preference categories, then maintaining lawful status usually does matter. A visa overstay in these situations can block adjustment of status or make you ineligible altogether. There's another critical issue people often overlook: unlawful presence bars. If you accrue more than 180 days of unlawful presence and then leave the US, you may trigger a 3-year ban. And more than 1 year of unlawful presence and then you leave the US, you may trigger a 10-year ban. Overstay forgiveness does not apply to illegal entry without inspection, fraud or misrepresentation, certain criminal issues. Each of those require a separate legal analysis. But the biggest mistake people make is assuming that their overstay automatically disqualifies them, or on the other hand, assuming that it doesn't matter. The truth is that the outcome depends entirely on your specific facts: how you entered, who's petitioning for you, and whether you leave the US during the process. So if you've overstayed your visa, don't panic. But don't guess either. Many people with overstays successfully obtain green cards, but timing and strategy matter. If you found this video helpful, please like and consider subscribing. Again, I'm immigration attorney Shariq, and I'll see you next time.